Hello everyone, my name is Tamano Imperio. I am a T-Rex YouTuber for anyone who is new here. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. And I hope you all have a good time here at the Genshin Impact stream. Welcome. Let's see. Sorry if I'm still coughing a little bit. I'm not entirely recovered yet, but I'm doing a lot better than I have been in the past few weeks. It's just a few slight coughs here and there. Nothing too bad. Hopefully I'll actually get better soon, but we'll see. And also, let's see, right off the bat, we got a Monster King Zilla who redeemed bread. Thank you for that. So, bread. There you go. And see, Bogroth, PNG tuber redeemed first. Congrats on getting first, Bogroth. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the stream, and I hope you have a good time here today. And I also see, Masonic is here as well. Hello there, Masonic. It has been a while. Hello there, Tiny Dinoman. Hello there, Masonic. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here as always. Hope you're doing well. And I hope that you have a good time here at the stream. Alright, so let's collect. Let's collect all our gifts and get rid of all the random exclamation point thingies because they're going to bother me the entire stream if I don't get rid of them. Alright, so let me just get rid of that. And then we need to go to Battle Pass. There we go. And also, for those of you who weren't here during the last stream, just want to say, in case you don't know, I broke my phone recently. So, I already, unlike with Jurassic World Evolution 2, I already played, Genshin Impact, in Windows, windowed mode, so I can look at, stream from chat, I can look at chat from OBS. That's what I meant to say. So there shouldn't be too many issues, but Genshin is a little bit big, so if I miss a couple messages, that might be why. It's kind of blocking a good portion of it, but I should be able to see any new messages that pop in. So, yeah. But in case I don't, that's my excuse. But yeah. Alright, hold on. I feel like I need to drink some water straight away. Alright. But also, first let's get through some events first, so. Oh, right, there we go. Sorry, I think I did want to talk about this. While I was playing earlier today, I think I messed up a little bit with logging in during this past week, so I think based on the time remaining, I'm going to get every single reward except the one with the 5 fates. That's something I gotta deal with now. Kind of disappointing, but it is what it is, I guess. My fault for not trying to log in at least like one extra day this week. But oh well. Right. Up there, there's Lisa's new skin. That's cool. E. I think it's based off like when she was a student at Sumeru. Oh wait, so it's something she got commissioned for when she revisited Sumeru. Oh, cool. Alright, so also, there's some test runs, which we are going to go through today because I did remember, I said with some people before in some past streams, because I don't know whether or not to save up for Nahida or try to pull for Alhaitham. I gotta try, use this trial run to, see what I think of him when I play as him. And see maybe if Alhaitham's more my playstyle, or if it might be more worth going for Nahida. Actually, speaking of Alhaitham, we have a story quest for him, so we might want to get into that soon. Yeah. Let's see. Besides that, I think that's basically everything complete. So, first I need to drink some water, because, dear lord, my throat is already not doing so good and the stream just started. There we go. Alright. Let's do the thingy. Alright. Actually, first I want to see what he's like just like this. Because what someone told me in the past, it's like playing as I'll hate them. It's supposed to be something similar to Child, except for a few skills which are like catchings. Yeah, let's see. Hello. I mean, it's a lot slower than like Child's E skill, but let's see. Okay, hold on. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is a little more my style. It's a bit short-lived though. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, I think that's a skill that a lot of people are comparing to catchings. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I'm pretty sure I saw like it looked like green shooting stars. It just kind of showed up. Oh.
Process of elimination.
Ow, ow. You know, you should have done that, mister. Now you pay the price. Oh yeah, he shoots down like, I guess meteors? I don't know. It's not bad. I don't remember exactly like how it was like playing as Nahida for her story quest. I don't know. I might want to try playing around with his trial run again, like a few more times. Anyways, for Xiao. Wait. Alright. I remember hearing like. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. I was thinking like he's supposed to have like an extra high jump so he can get free plunging attacks. So he needs his elemental burst to do it, but it is dang good.
Worthless.
You know, let's continue the challenge. I just want to do it again just because it was fun. Hello. Goodbye.
Worthless.
Goodbye. Goodbye. And goodbye. Oh, okay. Okay, I can use the skill again. Alright, let's keep going, buddy. And bye-bye. Wait, hold on. There's one left. Alright. How'd you go running away? How'd you go running away? There we go. Now we can leave. Oh, that was fun. Autistic Quattro is here. Hello there, Quattro. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you have a good time here at the Genshin Impact stream. Welcome. Right now we've been doing the test runs. Since I remember a while back. I think you said like playing as Alhaitham was like a bit like Child's E skill, but like tournaments. And I've kind of been trying to play around with him for a bit to see if I want to go for him or Nahida.
Here you are.
So far, I kind of like it. He has it. I don't know how it works exactly, but like, there's this thing where like occasionally, like, Dendro shooting stars or something like those kind of show up. Those are cool. I'm pretty sure this thing is supposed to be like what people are comparing to catching skill. Ow. Alright, let's... It's not bad, but I don't know. I feel like it's not as fast as Child's E skill. Like, as soon as I go in here, let's see. Yeah. Like Child, I feel like Child is. I like it more for Child because like it feels way faster.
No time to lose.
I don't know. It's more satisfying when it's like that. So apparently there's a chest here that I've never seen before.
Not bad at all.
But yes, it is cool though. I'm still thinking about it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm leaning slightly more towards Nahida. Anyways, Quadras is yes, it's kind of like Dendro Child, and yeah, like gameplay is like Child, but skills are more catching like, and yeah, Child's probably faster. Yeah, otherwise, item would be the exact same, and we wouldn't want that. Hmm. I feel like that.
This place
Sorry if
is
it feels like
pretty dead.
I don't know if I have a sore
I mean,
throat or
there's
not. If I
nothing to
do, I'm
kill.
sorry about that. But yeah, I feel like one of the best things about Genshin characters is that I don't think any of them really play the same. Like even if they use the same weapons, most characters overall they
No
feel
time to lose.
like they have an entirely different I guess way of gameplay. Like no one has an E skill quite like Child's. I don't know. I don't think anyone really has like a machine gun kind of thing with their arrows like Yoimiya. And right Shogun's thing with like the wheels. I think it's cool. It's not showing up right now, but like a wheel thing that usually shows up behind our characters when A is active. It's cool. But yes. But also, I don't know if I said already, but like I hope you're doing well, Quadra, and thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see here as always, and I hope that you're doing well. Let's see, but yeah, I think Naida would probably be the better choice of the two. Yeah, probably. And I have been saving up quite a bit to get to. We got 3 fates, and I should be able to get all 5 fates for the shop as soon as it refreshes, which it will very soon. Unfortunately, though, something that breaks my heart. Um, I messed up a little bit with logging in during this past week, and I'm going to get every single reward except the one here with the 5 fates. I'm pretty sure based on what how the time remaining thing is looking, and that is extremely painful for me. uh, I really wish I was more vigilant with logging in, at least during just like this week at least. I've been very busy like between like attempting to do content creation and also
No time to
with
lose.
all the college stuff going on, but I still feel like I should at least like just log in, get the rewards, even if I don't have time to do commissions and stuff. I can do like I can at least get those rewards, but for some reason I kept forgetting to do that. And well, now I'm here. But yeah, Roger says yeah, I agree, and also yeah, I was warning you last stream. It sucks. Yeah. Not much we can really do about that now. But in any case, I think now it is finally time to begin the Lantern Rite Festival. I think everything else is done now. Like we did the trial runs. Actually, no, we have our Haith of story quest we can get to after this, if we have enough time. All right, so let's take a walk around here. Ooh, I already ran into something.
I'm on votes we go say hi to Xiangling first.
All right, sounds good. Oh, Zhongli, right off the bat.
Xiangling? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here.
You know, it is extremely rare that we see him like at the very beginning of a quest. Like anything, like usually he's at the very end, or like maybe somewhere in the middle, like the last Lantern Rites.
Oh, why the
Hello.
pleasure is all mine. As is the surprise, surely. It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Things have been going alrightish, Mr. Zhongli. Thank you for asking.
Setbacks are inevitable over the course of a long journey.
Yep.
If you wish to share what's troubling you, allow me to lend my ear. There is no need to shoulder all burdens by yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Zhongli. As Quadra says, oh look, it's my husband. Yep, it is him.
You are too kind.
So, Zhongli, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea. However,
I mean, I guess as we show up, but like, it wouldn't hurt to like stay around here for a little longer.
However,
I had planned to take a walk to Chingsa village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
That's wait, Quadra says, fun fact, Zhongli VA. Wait, Zhongli's VA voices Speedwagon. This is Speedwagon? Like the number one waifu from JoJo. You know what? I can see it.
huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead?
Yeah, he has an insane range. Like from very English accent Speedwagon to I guess however to describe Zhongli's voice.
Wait, Paimon, because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right?
It's cool though, like I guess on one hand I want to say like I kind of want to see Zhongli just like form his own foundation for some reason, like just as like some kind of like a homage to the Speedwagon Foundation.
Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
He probably just thinks that it looks neat or something.
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed.
Oh, okay.
Lantern Rite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure we're gonna meet Hu Tao at some point during this Lantern Rite. Right? Like she's on the big poster. I'm pretty sure she is, like along with Yalan and Zhao. Like Zhao in particular actually, because he was in the trailer with Baiju and Chi-Chi. And also Venti. As the Quattro says, Zhongli has formed his own foundations. His pillars. Seinfeld laughs. That was my attempt at copying like the Seinfeld credits music. I don't know how exactly it goes. Like I've only seen it a couple times for the memes. I haven't watched a single episode of Seinfeld.
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Quadra says, will Shenna finally come back? It's been a year. Eesh! Like I'm just imagining like someone from MiHoYoverse is like, who's Shenna? Who's that? Is that like someone from Honkai Impact? Never heard of them. And same thing with let's see, who else hasn't gotten a rerun in forever? I don't know. I would say Xin Yang, but I feel like she's got overall some more love in like I guess some of the more recent events, like at one summer thing with Kazuha and Fischl.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land. Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
Did I not like that? You had me at cuts of pork belly. That sounds good.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to taste.
Hmm.
Ugh. Let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
Alright, ready when you are.
Collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has gotta get her hands on some of that soup.
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to
Alrighty.
you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
Of course.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
Ha. Got him.
However, there is no need to rush. The
Oh.
streets of liyue will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you.
Of course.
The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an honor it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
Alright, we'll check in with you later at the Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Heading out. Enjoy your walk, Youngly.
Take care now, you two.
Alright, see you, Mr. Zhongli. Funny enough, my active character is his wallets. Hello, Mr. Zhongli. Do you need me to pay for your meal?
As for Director
Oh,
Who's
okay.
missed, I shall attend to it after one last round of tea.
Alrighty. Also, let's see. Quadra says, hold on. I need to go out of Genshin because I'm pretty sure you already know Quadra. Like, my phone is broken, so I have to look at chat through OBS. Genshin is in windowed mode, so I can't see it, but Genshin is so big in Windows mode, so I have to go out of it so I can see the whole message. Anyways, let's see. Eula is another one that hasn't made a rerun or an appearance in a while, but I'm certain she's coming back next banner due to Mika being from Mondstadt. I'm hoping so. And while we're on on this subject, both Eula and Shenhe being shafted, I feel like MiHoYo has something against cryo characters. Also, Quadra says Tai. But my name's not Traveler. I'm sorry. Every time I try to say bleep, it comes out as bleep Traveler. Honestly, that is true. Whenever the lines say our name, they either instead say the Traveler, or they don't say it at all. Or they just use our pronouns. In Ito's story quest, it's he's the one that's trying to get you arrested. Ito, not me. Or it's oh, hello there. It says Tyrano, but it's audibly you hear someone say, oh hey, it's the Traveler. I get why but I get why they can't have they're gonna have voice lines for every single name possible. And if and even if they do the thing that if they make it so that it's the AI kind of thing that can make people say words and kind of sound like the character. I don't know if I'm describing that well, but I don't think they can just get recordings for every possible sound for a word and then mix them up together. Those AI generated Sonic voices that I've seen be used for some videos that I found on my YouTube recommended. I don't think they can use those because it would sound out of place with the rest of the dialogue, but still. Also, Quadra says, Zhongli, oh, hi, child, destroying things into Fatui again. Yep, same old, same old. Classic child. Also, Quadra says, yep, that sucks, and the unknown god censored our names. The nerve of it. Also, Quadra says, I would have liked it if they at least called us Aether or Lumine. Actually, I think that would be cool. At least, like, if you choose to go with, like, their true
I could get
names.
used to this.
Like, if you choose a different name, then sure, Traveler, I guess, but, like, if you actually choose to go by Aether or Lumine, having them call you Aether or Lumine, respectively, I think that would be cool. And, like, maybe there could be, like, some, like, I don't know if it should, like, affect the story, but, like, maybe there could be, like, oh, you son of a gun.
Nascent bamboo shoot.
As I was going to say, like, there should,
This one's only
maybe there should be, like, special lines when you come across characters like, the Unknown God, and, like, later on in the game, and they're like, oh, you chose not to hide your real name, or something like that. Or, like, why did you hide your real name from the for the people of this world? Yada yada, stuff like that. I think that could be interesting. But also, like, have that boar that just showed up and tackled me right, like, while I was teleporting here. That was unnecessary. Like, seriously, between this and what happened at my birthday stream, boars in any game I play are just like the bane of my existence.
These should be enough. Let's head back.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Help! Help!
Oh, what's going
Did
on?
you hear that? Someone's calling for help.
Oh,
It's coming from over there.
Yao! Hello. Oh yeah, shortest slender figure versus Oh?
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
Huh. Okay, not the voice I was expecting for Yao Yao, but okay. Also, Quadra says, speaking of Hu Tao, before this, Hu Tao did not have a banner for a whole year. Dang. Especially since she's like a major part of the meta. For what I know, like a lot of people say she's one of the best pyro DPSs. That is painful for a lot of people, I'd imagine. Also, Quadra says the board wanted to cameo on your stream. Well, I mean, he got that opportunity at least. Also, Quadra says first my husband and now my child. Peace. And this also marks her first appearance in the actual game, I believe. Also, John Rice says, y'all, hello there, John. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you have a good time here at the Genshin Impact stream. Welcome. Right now, we're playing through the 2023 Lantern Rite Festival. It's going pretty well so far, and apparently we found a new character who's saving a drowning guy. The Asa Quadra says, she finally made it after 2 years of rumors. Yep. that was my impression of this guy. Definitely not a real cough.
I think I'm okay now.
Ooh.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
That
sir.
was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl?
Yep. I mean, if that one trailer from a while back was anything to go by, Chi-Chi could carry Xiao all the way to that one hotel area. So I can imagine Yao Yao could save this guy.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Yao Yao.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Whoa, she's so well-mannered.
Mm-hmm. Oscar says, right, John Rice says synchronized coughing. Or synchro coughing, yep. Pretty much.
My name is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Seriously, I really don't know if it's just seasonal allergies or like something worse, but I would give anything just Like, I don't know if it would be good in the long run or not, but I feel like I would be willing to like get a wish from like a genie or something to just remove my ability to cough. Like, just have it so that I never cough again. I don't know if that would be a good idea or like if that'll have any ramifications in the future, but I don't care. Coughing is just annoying. John Rice is, yeah, they would mess it up somehow, probably. Quadra says it would be a monkey's paw situation. Yeah, that's true, probably. Uh, well, I mean, whatever it would be, like, as long as I don't have to cough anymore, it would be worth it. Anyways, greetings.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine.
Oh, interesting.
I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long, I was completely lost.
Oh, also, I see. Quadra says, alright, I said I'm gonna do this next stream. And congratulations on being the first ever person to redeem the sus redeem. Congratulations, Quadra. Alright. I have not set this up yet. I don't know why I didn't, but give me a bit. I should be able to get like an Among Us avatar of me soon. Should I specifically be red though, or is like just any version of me good? Let me see. I just need to. It should be fairly simple. I just need to go over to Twitter, search for. Let's see. Yes, check OBS. Okay, let's see. Apparently, I can redeem it twice, but I won't. I won't, but that's funny. Well, I'll be prepared for it next time, hopefully. And also, Quadra says, I think any version will be fine. Alright. In spite of what I expected, apparently I don't have any clean versions of Chippy Tai as an Among Us character. So, alright, hold on. I think I have to make one from scratch. It shouldn't be too hard though. Let's see. So, just Among Us character Brown. Alright. It shall only take a couple of seconds. And also just let me know in chat if anything's messing up on the stream. Like because both Chrome and everything are all running at the same time. I'm sure it'll be fine, but like I just want to make sure because I'm paranoid that something might mess up from all the stuff running at the same time. I just need the reassurance. Alright. Yeah, alright, make a file, go over to Creative. Alright. Alright. There you go. Get this. Alright. And I need to get a picture of me somewhere. Alright. Here's Chippy Type. Alright. There we go. And also no check OBS just to be safe. Let's see. Rogers says the Vork is stuck holding his head. Well, he fell into that water pretty hard, you know. You gotta let him take some time to just rest up. It's quite a nasty tumble, as one would say. Alright. There we go. It's looking good. I think I'm going to... Yeah, I think they should be good. Let me just save it up, and then I need to go over to Chrome again, so I can update my reactive image. Alright, we almost got this. Sorry for the relatively long wait, everyone, but it's almost time. Your patience shall be rewarded. Alright, here we go. I hope it is actually going to fit. Oh, there we go. It's a bit oh wait, what? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. It's a bit small compared to the other avatars, but it shall do. Actually, it's better now because you guys can actually see like. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, but like now this way you guys can actually see more of the dialogue. I'm not like just right smack it like in front of everything on the left. Anyways, Roger says he's at least being nice and patient waiting for the sus. Yes. And oh my god, it's perfect. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. You can even see my face through the visor. Alright. Now, Sus Dino shall continue his journey through the Lantern Rite Festival.
Just now I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's
Sus.
help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
It's alright, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long as you watch your step, accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Alright. Also see, Fruki says, oh jeez. Hello there, Fruki. Welcome. Thank you for just, thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here. Let's see, darn coughs. My god. Ruining everything, but also see Froggy says, I opened the stream to Among Us. Yes. It's because, I have a sus redeem. It's the most expensive one, and Quadra managed to redeem it, so I am Among Us until the end of the stream. And I hope that you like this avatar, because, like I said, it's gonna stay here the entire stream. Plus, I'm going to keep this image saved for later, in case anyone else in the future wants to use it, like use the redeem. I'll be prepared, so that way people won't have to wait forever, like a bajillion years, to get it. But yeah, that's a good lord. I said at the very beginning of the stream that, I felt like I was getting better, and that the coughing was loosening up a bit, and then suddenly it just goes full throttle. After Quadra says, fun fact, Devorak's VA, Marco Meatball, is not only an opera singer, but also has a channel where he listens to game music and talks about it. Ooh, interesting. I have to look into that. Quadra says, the streamer curse. Yep. Hopefully I won't have to, like, cancel any streams again. Like, just to deal with the coughs, but I feel like it's also, like, affected, school a bit, because I feel like I've had at least one teacher, email me saying that, like, they noticed I was, like, struggling with a cough during class, during last week, and they were recommending I go over to, like, the nurse. I should probably do that at some point. Like, I've just been taking cough drops recently, like, just as the only symptom of whatever sickness I had before left, but it is persistent as heck. It's not going anywhere. I feel like I might need more medicine than just that. But yeah. Also, I see Froggy with the sad emotes. It's okay. That's just kind of how it is around this season, you know? Like, it's winter-ish. Like, it's the time for lots of people to be sick. But yeah. You just gotta persevere and just pray that I survive to summer. Or at least like some other season where I'm not as sick. As a quadri says, yeah, I think a checkup would at least help. I'll do that when I have time.
Oh, are you hungry, sir?
Perhaps.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up. I still have some lotus flower candies left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the 4 of us?
Alright, sounds good. Sounds good.
What a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Also, quadri says, also I love Yao Yao. The same, but that was definitely not the voice I was expecting for Yao Yao. Me neither. It's the same thing with Klee. Like, I think when I first heard Klee's voice, it was in the Japanese, I think it was in the Japanese version. And it sounds normal, like what I expect, but in the English version, it sounds like an adult terribly trying to imitate the voice of a little girl. Well, I wouldn't say terribly, but like, it's not quite convincing for me, at least. And I feel like this is a similar situation. Like, I don't feel like they're... I don't know. I would say, like, maybe it's like a Sayu situation, but now that I think about it, like, Sayu has a voice that fits the kind of age she looks like she is.
So tasty. If only there were more.
More? You've already had the Sumpter Beast share. No one here probably knows what a Sumpter Beast even is, but okay.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was going to run into you, I would have made a second batch. Hope you're taking notes, Traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon.
I shall take notes, and use none of them.
What do you think, sir? Are liyue snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect.
Alright.
When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious in their own way. As for Fontaine's cooking, though, it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
I think I heard of that before. Like, I think, Sin Yang mentioned that during one event.
Iridescence Tour?
Yeah, that's somewhat familiar.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation. At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately, it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons, too.
Oh, what are those reasons?
Well, what are they?
Yes, please tell us. Also, Quadra says, also the fact that he's from Fontaine is cool. It's a nice preview of the next region. That is true. Like, this is certainly an interesting way to, like, I guess, give us a sneak peek as to what the new region, like the next region is going to be like.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Nah, it's cool.
Oh, I love listening to stories. We want to hear it too.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning.
All
The
right.
story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air.
So does this family just like have a tendency to slip and fall into bodies of water?
They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full
Froggy says,
attention and almost made him
"Yeah, you
forget
don't,
the fact
I bet
that
you
he
don't
was
have that
drowning.
problem, Froggy. You can swim."
When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura.
Ooh. Is it the Hydro Archon? Is she a mermaid? That would be interesting. Also, Quadra says, they're too clumsy. Yep, it runs in the family.
Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind.
I think I've heard something similar in like one Greek myth. I think it's like something to do with like horseback riding.
In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home.
Also, Quadra says, Hydro Archon is a mermaid. Me. Haha, my primos are in danger. Everyone's primos are in danger if she's a mermaid. If she is a mermaid, though, then, like, there's gonna be the issue is, like, how is she supposed to move? Like, she's not gonna be running or sprinting around as fast as everyone else is. Unless she's, like, floating around constantly.
Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards.
Yeah, Quadra says, yeah, like, she'd have to be, like, floating in the air for that to work. Like, constantly. Which, on one hand, could be cool, but, like... It's also kind of weird. Like, telekinetic mermaid. I feel like it's kind of redundant, because, like, if you have psychic powers that can let you, like, basically swim around in the air, why are you spending all your time in the water?
After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy.
Or what if she's a god?
The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called The Lady Overlooking the Lake.
And you know it's not the Hydro Archon, though.
People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's a nice legend. And at its heart, it's a true story.
It may just be a legend to others, but for me, it's a real part of my family history.
Ooh.
I wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants.
He's gonna find mermaids.
Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack.
I mean, you fell in some water, like, just now, dude, right? So, like, maybe it's right here?
I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
Wait, is Yao Yao a mermaid this whole
Half
time?
of my life, yeah.
Because she saved them from the water.
I understand how you must feel. Paimon too. It's like, imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again!
It's a weird metaphor, Paimon, but okay, I guess.
Paimon would definitely remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've made some progress over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Ooh, interesting. Also, Quadra says, I wonder how the Hydro Archon is going to react to us compared to the other Archons. Ooh, me too, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, Venti's our friend, yeah. He's basically our friend the entire time. Zhongli, we literally only knew at the end. Yeah, pretty much. A wanted to kill us. And Naida... Yeah, the kind of stuff that she was going through before we saved her. Yikes. I wonder what the Hydro Archon's gonna be all about. Like, I think like her virtue is justice. Like how Venti's all about freedom and A's about like eternity. Like Naida's a wisdom. I'm pretty sure the Hydro Archon is justice. So I guess she'll try to take us to court, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself.
Ooh.
I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom. But more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music.
Well, I mean, he is a bard. Anyways, Quadra says, in before the Hydro Archon is Phoenix, right? Then would the Pyro Archon be Edgeworth? Like since he wears red? That'd be interesting. And even though like he doesn't look the part, I feel like Venti can make for a good gumshoe. And I don't know who like the other characters from Phoenix Wright would be.
So I prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west, towards
Ooh.
Stone Gate.
Actually, Quadra says Ito is super gumshoe. Oh wait, no wait, you're right. Ito would be perfect for gumshoe now that I think about it. I was gonna say like, would Shenhe be like a good replacement for I forgot what her name was. It was Von Karma, but I forgot her first name. Like her dad was Manfred Von Karma, and then I forgot what her name was, but like I feel like that would be Shenhe. Francesca? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but like I guess Francesca Von Karma. Yeah, probably wrong spelling, maybe. But like I feel like Shenhe would be a good like person to play as her. Like if we had a whole Genshin in Phoenix Wrights kind of thing. In my opinion, at least. I guess it would be Yanfei. I mean, Yanfei is a lawyer, but I don't know if Yanfei is like the kind of person who would act like how Frankisha does. In my opinion.
A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue. So I followed their advice and made my way here.
And that settles it then. It was Liyue. I found the right spelling.
It. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Francisca. I think Francisca sounds better. I'll go with that. Like I feel like how to say that? Like specifically like Francesca like constantly like saying that someone's a fool. and like the whole thing with the whip. I feel like that would be Shenhe. Like, I'm not entirely sure, but like I feel like overall, like she would fit like the best out of everyone. Like in terms of like appearance as well as like she's very blunt when she's talking to people she doesn't like, similar to Francesca. And she's like very willing to use violence. Just like Francesca. Signora? Maybe, actually. Like, they both got big egos. Actually, wait, Quadris is actually not. Francesca can be nice. Signora, yeah, Signora would be Dahlia. Like Dahlia had like a really nice sister, right? Who genuinely liked Phoenix Wright. Who would that be? Maybe like someone like it had to be someone that like is just an absolute bundle of joy in Genshin. Like Yoimiya or like Amber, I guess. I feel like I don't know, like oh, actually, yeah, that works better. Like A and Raiden can be Dahlia and her sister, or A and Makoto, or at least like Makoto if someone were to bring her back to life.
Are you sure? It sounds
Anyways.
a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Chingsa Village.
As I see, John Rice says, very fancy look with the monocle. He is a fancy man. He is from Fontaine. Also, Quadra says, yeah. Also, you're a man of culture. You've played Phoenix right. Thank you. I haven't. Well, I can't say I've played Phoenix right. I know a lot about the lore, but mostly I know about it because I watched RT Games playthrough of it. Close enough, yeah. I'll be honest, I think like the voice that RT Game gives to Manfred von Karma, I think that was like a major inspiration for the voice the voice I try to give to Sweeto whenever we play Digimon Cyber Sleuth. I think it was like he might have been, he was definitely he was definitely like the main inspiration for my version of Sweeto.
Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well, and so on and so on.
As the contrast is close enough, and oh my god, I can see it now. That's hilarious. Yep.
Don't worry, Yo-Yo. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff.
And also there, like to anyone else in chat, like if y'all haven't seen like RT Game play Phoenix Wright, if you get the opportunity to, definitely do it. It's super fun. I think at this point he's done full playthroughs of the entire original trilogy. So the first 3 games, he's played through all of them. They're, like the full VODs of it are all on his channel. Definitely do so if you have the time. Yeah, Quatcha says, yeah, please do. RT Games is RT's game is great. I tried to hold back a cough.
And anyway, you only got scammed damned if you handed over more of, right?
Swear it. Part of me wants to get a cough drop right now, but I don't want it to get in the way of me talking.
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of more on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the Statues of the Seven along the way.
You know, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Venti definitely made use of all of them.
Oh dear. Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu? I
Ganyu!
don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Chising know just about everything.
Awesome!
If you've been
It's been way too long
they'll
since
help you get
we've
your
seen
whereabouts.
Ganyu.
And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
Alright, sounds like a good idea.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all. You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern, right?
Yeah, just like it moving.
All right. Well, my sincere thanks to you all. I will never forget your kindness.
Okay, everyone. Please follow me. I'll be your guide. Remember to watch where you're going, okay?
Got it.
Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job. Oh well. Paimon will just be a cheerleader instead.
That's what you've always been. Oh wait, hold on. No honor amongst thieves. Alright, we gotta fight. Right, or are they up here? I think they are. I was like, wait, hold on. I see a message. Roger, my eyes go shining red. Did someone say Ganyu? Yes, we did. Ganyu is approaching. Or rather, we're approaching Ganyu. Hello.
You're open.
Oi. Oh, okay. I saw what you did, buddy. Alright, you wanna go? Alright, y'all wanna go. Y'all wanna go then.
No time to lose.
You ain't got nothing on me, buddy. I think about, like, the thing I love most about this wheel thing is the fact that, like, it does electro damage. Well, as it's supposed to. Hold on. First, let me just.
Time to oblivion.
There we go. But like, even when you use arrows, it does electro damage. And when you do this, especially like electro damage, infused with Child's like his E skill doing Hydro, it is super strong. Also, I don't know what to do about this guy here. Sheena, I got an idea. There we go. And that takes care of that. Alright, now let's head on over here. This way. Also, Quadra says, I'm like the chocolate guy, but whenever the story mentions that we are gonna meet Ganyu. Ganyu? Did you say Ganyu? Yep, for the Lantern Rite Festival. That's my best impression of Patrick. Anyways, Quadra says, not only does it give you electric damage, it gives you energy. Ooh. I have not noticed that. Oh! Okay, I was worried that A was going to take some damage from that, but I think she's fine.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last. It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and check it out.
Alright.
Can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself.
Alright. Let's go see what we got.
The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious. I
Alright.
can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start.
I realized that would,
waving
like, it switches over to the Traveler, and we can't really do much right
I'm
now.
glad that you're enjoying the city.
Come on, let's go. I kind of on like the lookout for like any hidden playable characters that they snuck in here. Oh, Xinyan!
Hey everyone! Fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise!
I was not expecting you to just like show up out of nowhere, but you know we were just talking about you before because of that one, like the one guy's thing of being a magician, not a magician, a musician.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Also, Quadra says, yeah, right, it's both one of the best sub DPSs and energy makers in one character. That's why she's the closest to a must pull. Ooh. Also, Quadra says, I don't mind when they do this, but at least let us move or attack for the lulz. Yeah. I feel like that would be more fun. Like, just having the ability to walk around is a bit boring, in my opinion.
Traveler Paimon and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them
Hello.
all for quite a while.
They already know each other.
When I was last here to advertise a liyue stop for the Iridescence tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
I mean, she is a musician, so...
Well, feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
And it's only, like, suddenly it's revealed that Bennett's is, like, one of the people, backing the show. And that's why everything's messing up.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped.
Also, Quadra says, let's see, at such a mood. Yep.
So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
We're looking for mermaids.
A Lantern Rite Music Festival? Yes, please!
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite Music Festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, but we're going to meet the liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge.
That is true.
That's right. Miss Keqing and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
You mean, what?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
Yeah, it'll certainly be something different.
That's the spirit! See? Even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently.
Exactly.
As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists. My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer.
Ooh, Yunjin!
With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
But what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
What do you take me for? If we actually manage to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Probably not.
There's that rock and roll spirit.
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
We got this.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Awesome.
But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask.
You got this, then,
My
Yang.
shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan. You've got this, Xinyan.
Mm-hmm.
So about the senior singer of yours Shinya mentioned just now. Is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Xiangling.
Oh,
She's
Xiangling!
mentioned you two before.
Ta-da!
Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets
Well,
scrapes or
what?
burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves.
I hear
She
fireworks,
definitely
but like,
needs someone around her
I don't know
to look
where they
after
coming
her.
from.
I know you must have looked out for her
Like,
a
is it
lot
just
too
something we're
every time you've
hearing,
been
or
there.
are there actually
So,
some
thank you
being?
for that.
I don't know. Also, wait, hold on. Fire React says, it's a me. And Quattro says, Mario? It's Fire React. So hello there. Like, welcome to your first time by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. I hope you have a good time here at the stream. And sorry that I was a little bit late. Responding to your message. It's good to see you here and hope that you're doing well. Also, Quadras' Lantern, Libre Lantern Rite Festival will be like, everybody's here! Da 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 da. Ba da ba 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 da ba da bum bum. Which please don't copyright strike me. Anyways, the unnotified react redeemed hydrate. Thank you for that. I can drink some water now. There we go. Diner's all ready to go. But also, hold on, I wanted to check something. So the Lantern Rite Festival is only going to be around for 5 more days. So, at the time. I don't know how long the event is going to be, but like, if we don't get it done today, I'm pretty sure I have a Digimon Cyber Sleuth stream on Thursday, so exactly next week, I'm pretty sure the event's gonna be over, so I don't know what to do about this. Because I want to experience like the whole thing with you guys, so I don't know. I'd at least suggest the story quest. Like, you're not. Like, I don't have to. Like, we don't have to do, like, the story quest for, like, I'll hate them right now. Like, we just focus solely on the game, but on, like, the main story here, but. I might have to make it, like, I guess, a dual stream on Thursday, like. Who's Madam Ping? Alright, but, like. I think that's what I gotta do, like, make it a dual stream so we can wrap up one part of Genshin so we don't miss the Lantern Rite Festival, and then we could go play some Digimon. I think that's the best plan. But also I see Froggies did another hydrate. Thank you for that. Alright. Time to drink some water again. Thank you for the redeem Froggy. Anyways. There we go. I'm sorry for calling you Froppy earlier. I don't know why, but like Froppy from not Genshin, from My Hero Academia keeps popping up in my head.
No time to lose.
Anyways, hello there, Madam Ping. Anyways, Quadra says.
It's Master.
Froggy says lol.
Is it okay
And
if I go and say hi?
Quadra says, I think it's best that we focus on Lantern right for now. Yeah. We can do I'll hate them later since that's available anytime. Indeed. We shall focus on the this story in particular for now. Hello there, Miss Ping.
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master. I've missed you.
Ah.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the lantern rite, are we?
Greetings, Madam Ping, and yes, we are.
You're half right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way
Hello.
to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer of the Iridescence Tour. I don't suppose you've heard of it.
Master! The Iridescence Tour is a super famous music festival.
Are they super famous though? Like, if all their shows get canceled?
An old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
If we can organize the Lantern Right Music
Oh,
Festival.
right! Madam Ping, how would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it.
Good point.
For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between different civilizations.
Let's get some hilly churro music in here.
Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated.
Also, let's see. The messages. Roger says, I want playable young Madam Ping. She looks so cool. I haven't seen what she looks like young, but I think I've seen like some pictures of like random characters from cutscenes from past liyue events, like other Lantern Rite festivals, or people are like, I think this is Madam Ping when she was young. I don't know if they actually are, but they look cool regardless. There's a lot of awesome character designs that Genshin has that aren't used for some reason. Like, they have a lot of awesome designs, but like, for some reason a good portion of them are just like, they're just given to characters that are already dead, or like they existed years and years and years before the game even started, so we can't play as them.
And so, I look forward to it immensely.
John Rice says, I blame too much to use.
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Goodness gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
I think we had like crackers or something. I forgot what they're called. Like,
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Oh, well.
As John says,
I'm sure you
flatterer.
must have plenty to be getting on with. Yes? Run along.
And
Don't
we
let
gotta
me
be
hold
nice
you
to
up.
the old folk. Respect the elderly. Also, Quadra says, oh, that wasn't just theorizes Madam Ping. Oh wait, it is Madam Ping. Wait, she's the blue-haired girl from a Libra cutscene with a spear. Wait, that's actually her. I thought that was just like the Genshin fan base, like kind of spitballing here and there, like just like seeing what works and like what will actually be confirmed by Genshin and what won't be. But like, our science might be it to like actually be real. It's cool though. Like, I did like that design. I'm happy for that. Also, John Rice says, time to have a fun time. Peace. And also, wait, we broke the dino with this fact. Kind of.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
Alright, see ya, Madam Ping. Let's go. Oh, alright, it's time. Quadra, we're gonna sing on you. Also, wait, let's see. It's not directly confirmed, but like, there are way too many hints for it to not be her. I see. It's like, it's subtle, but at the same time, it's like the least subtle thing ever. Oh, I see her. I see the blue hairs. Alright, let's go up here. The way men do it. We don't need
And
no
when you
fancy
meet with the Ministry of
stairs.
Civil Affairs,
Oh,
please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
I've heard her voice after many, many years. As the Quadra says, I pitched the scream for a wife. yeah, we broke Quadradron. Or at least, like to be more specific, Ganyu has broken him. Quadra's no
Understood,
longer
Miss
able
Ganyu.
to function.
I'll take my leave now.
Got you!
Hello!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
And now, wait, I think now it's Quadra's waifu and his child.
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for
It's a
you.
family
Oh,
reunion.
and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well.
Actually, now we need Zhongli here as well, and that is perfect. Yeah, the whole family's here. Like, yeah, if we get Zhongli, then you'll have your husband, you have your waifu, you have your child, you have everyone. Yeah.
Also, these dried chingshin leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
Yeah, John, I agree with you, John. It's a very sweet reunion. Quadra says, then we need the other child, Nahida. Yep, we need the radish child. We can't forget the radish child. And we can't forget her child as well. Scaramouche is now officially part of the family, so you gotta invite him as well. And if you invite him, you also have to invite like. I should probably. Actually, you probably should invite like his biological mom. So then A also has to go. Her waifu, kind of, that everyone ships with her. Yay, Miko has to go. A lot of people are going to be showing up for this family reunion.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
It's a different interpretation than what we have. Don't listen to Paimon. It's okay, Ganyu.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on. Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Probably not. Asakandra says, I'm just excited to see Ganyu finally after ages. True. It's been too long since we've really gotten to see characters from liyue. And way more so, it's been so long since we've seen anyone from Mondstadt. Like, Mondstadt, I feel like it's been shafted a lot in terms of content until fairly recently with, like, Mika and Lisa's, new outfit. Like, before this, we haven't seen Mondstadt characters, like, we've barely seen them, if at all. That's what I meant to say.
Paimon will do the honors.
Quadra says, if I see Shenhe, I'm going to freak it. Same. I'm gonna go nuts if we see Shenhe as well. And so far, it looks like we have a good track record of seeing like basically everyone from liyue.
What's wrong? Did Paimon go over everything a bit too fast? It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
But we can try, right? Also, John Rice says you'll be broke again. Yep, we're just gonna be pulling on banners over and over, and we're gonna lose all our money.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of liyue citizens from all walks of life. The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in liyue. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received.
Good
It would be
points.
quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
All very valid points. I completely understand.
And it doesn't hurt to try.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities.
Ooh, nice. Also, Quadra says, I mean, I'll be broke in 2 ways. My mind or my bank accounts. That's Genshin in a nutshell. Also, John Rice says more about Quadra. Oh, Anzu's here as well. Hey, Darren, another Anzu. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. It's good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you have a good time here at the Genshin Impact stream. Welcome, welcome. And I see a bunch of emotes there. Very nice, very nice. I think that's you, holding something. Don't know what it is, but it's cute. Yep, too much grind. Also, John Rice says, yeah. But yeah, I hope you're doing well today. I'm Anzu, and thank you for stopping by. Right now, we're going to the Lantern Rites Festival for Genshin Impact. It's going pretty well so far, and right now we're kind of working on like a musical festival thing.
Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
We're not stealing anyone's thunder, but we'll end the night on a high note.
Yes, my thoughts precisely. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish.
Quadra also says, me. Finally, I'm done. I got every character I ever wanted. I can sit and gaze upon the sunset as the sun sets on a grateful universe. The next batch character's like, hello there. General Kenobi Mikabi. Are you even a 5-star or are you just a 4-star? I can't tell with you. I still don't know what he is at this point. The only thing I know about him is that apparently he has 3 different weapons. Like, I think it's like polearm, catalyst, and crossbow? Or something like that? I don't know. It's cool, but kind of also weird. I don't know how it's going to work.
And highlight the key points of the proposal. Given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration.
Alrighty. Also, John Rice says double yay. And Anzu says, only use characters I want in Genshin. I think that's a good choice overall. Like, only try to go for the characters that you actually want. Like, whether or not if like you're the kind of person that are like that's like you want characters that are good specifically, or like if you're trying to pull for characters that you like. Like, you don't need to like try to go for those, like narrow it down, don't go for absolutely everyone. This is in Pokemon, you don't need to catch them all. Also, Quadra says, do you have any idea how much that narrows it down? Every character here has their own quirk. That is true. But again, I mean, like you can somewhat narrow down, like, who are you willing to spend money on, specifically? Also, yeah, C6, Diona is strong as heck for support units. Quadra says, I stopped trying to pull for meta and it's still hard. Yep. That's rough. Also, Anzu says, I have a Noel that does 10. 10 what? Like 10,000? Don't know.
Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to liyue, as well as their catering and accommodation requirements.
Oh wait, let's see. Anzu says 10k to 10k, 17k per hit once E and Q are activated. Dang, that is nice. Also, John Rice says 10-star. I don't want to imagine. Actually, part of me wants to imagine like what a 10-star character would be like. That would certainly be something. Onto it says C6 again. That would be very nice, I would say. A character that is C6 and also like the first ever like 10-star. That would be like one very broken character. I feel like that would be like meta defining.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
Alright.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever. I couldn't agree more.
Also, let's see. Anza says, yeah, it's all about how you build it. And Quadra says, the only character I've ever wailed for is Ganyu, and I intend to keep it that way. Honestly, valid choice, but also, is Ganyu going to get a rerun soon? Like, I think she and Zhao got a rerun together at one point, but I don't know, like, if they gotten anything else since then. Also, Anzu says, I've seen, Zhongli who can heal, or a Zhao who can self-heal every jump. And then there's Barbara DPS. I've heard of the Barbara DPS before. I once tried to get, tried to build a DPS Barbara until I got Child, and then I just went with him.
Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that they are less good at. So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to become perfect at absolutely everything. I'm good at taking care of people, so that can be left to me.
Also, let's see. There's a lot of messages. Let's see. Anzu says, "Oh, that one I can't believe it works, but I can if you put in the right amount of work and use the right tools. You can get a good DPS Barbara." Also, Quadra says, "It's my first time banner, and it was my first time losing the 50-50. I couldn't accept it." I can feel the pain from here, dude. I'm so sorry. Also, Anzu says, Zhao has too many reruns. I feel like the same thing can be said about Child, but still. I mean, I don't mind it because Child is cool. He's a fun character for me to play as. Yeah, I said so many. Child I don't like. Also, Candace is better than him. I don't know about Candace. I haven't played as her yet, but I like playing as Child. He's fun. Also, Quadra says Shenhe. Wait, you guys get reruns? Yep. And then Eula's just like, tell me about it.
Wow. Hey, Yo-Yo, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
I'm on to trying to freeload again.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet. Apart from lotus flower crisps, what else do you like? Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Slimes. Alright. Interesting choice.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent.
Quadra says, Eula at least had a
I don't think
rerun.
you've missed a single thing.
Shenhe has had none. The poor cryo ladies. miHoYo hates them for some reason. Also, Anzu says, I have Shenhe. Congratulations on getting her. I don't remember exactly like what her playstyle is like, but I mean, lore-wise, she is strong as heck, though.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is. I'll go make an official copy.
Also, Quadra says, I regret getting Ye over Shenhe because I could have gotten Ye later. Also, Anzu says she's hard to build. Honestly, what character isn't hard to build?
Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
That was quick.
Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message.
Alrighty.
Yao, thank you for bringing me drinks. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
I mean, she's like... I need to readjust how I'm sitting. But also, like... She's like a goat. Yeah, I think she's fine. Like, eating them raw.
I will.
Okay, I should be getting back. If Yao Yao stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried sick. Everyone, I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry. And in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy lantern rite.
Thank you, Yao Yao.
Thank you, Yao Yao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
We should go get dinner together sometime!
Yes. Also, let's see. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Padre says, and not wait an eternity for Shenhe. Anzu says, oh no, Shenhe is still broken. Just needs good artifacts. The issue is that you need to get good artifacts, though. And we all know about artifacts. Like, trying to farm for artifacts. That never ends well. Alright. There we go. You have waited 2 hours. Oh, Catching's here.
Greetings, traveler.
Hello.
And Mr. Dvorak. Call me Kuching. Ganyu
Hello,
has brought me
Kuching.
up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal. For the
Awesome.
next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Yay! That's awesome!
Please, the Qixing have a duty to deal with matters such as these. We have merely moved things forward to the next step. On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative. As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Kuching. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't dare to get my hopes up.
Oh, it looks like things have changed.
Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smoothly. It's like a dream come true.
I can imagine. Also, Quadra says, let's see. There's a lot of messages I missed. Oh god. Yeah. And I waited an eternity for Shenhe. Anzu says, oh no. Still broken, just these good artifacts. You want broken? C0, try CD, right in Shogun. I think I'm working on that. Anzu says Q is always active and E is fast cooldown. Quadra says worst part is I'm probably gonna need to skip Shenhe again for new pain. Yeah. Or Shenhe. Also, Quadra says, look, it's my wife's wife. Yes.
Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
Yes! Our music band's finally getting fired up!
Yep.
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here. For a musician, music will always be the language they are most fluent in.
What about the family?
Oh, that. That can wait for another time.
Alrighty.
Oh. Ganyu? What's wrong?
Is Ganyu the lady of the lake?
They told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
Ah,
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot.
fair point, but still. Also, Anzu says Naida plus Zhongli plus Venti plus Raiden Shogun is a whack team. Her CD is so fast for child. Wait, for Zhongli. I mean, I have Raiden Shogun, so I have like 1/4 of the puzzle. I guess that's better than nothing.
Don't worry about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere. I'm sure you already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on during the Lantern Rite.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an Adeptus. What do you think?
I mean, it's definitely possible.
To tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I am part human and part Qilin. The Qilin is an illuminated beast. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before, trying to find out where I belonged.
That's basically like the point of your story quest. Also, let's see. Check. Quadra says the zoom in her other face is killing me. Wait, what?
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part Qilin?
Oh, earlier. Oh, my bad.
Are you telling me all the rumors of the liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
Nope, they're very much real.
You bet they're real. Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
Ooh,
I
alright.
see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Alright.
Yes, that was also my thought.
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to our network and try to find the person he's looking for.
Alright, sounds
How's
good.
your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
I can probably get through everything in 2 days, as long as I don't sleep.
You need sleep, Ganyu.
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep?
You need sleep, Ganyu. You need to rest. Everyone needs rest. Also, Quadra says, oh wait. Anzu says, ooh, big. I ran into a C6 Bennett. Oh no. So, isn't a fire artifact hunt too? Oh dear. Well, what you gonna do? Also, John Rice is so cute. Sparky says, no way. John says, sleep. Quadra says, so cute. I want to strangle him. The duality of men. Cute and aggressive as all heck. Also, yeah, I see Anzu is choosing violence. Also, Ganyu needs sleep. Yes, she overworks herself way too much. I feel like that's the thing a lot of Genshin characters oddly have in common. A good portion of them are overworked.
Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Exactly. Also, Sparky says, Scarlet made the Scarlet. The Quadra says, I worked 3 jobs for Ganyu to sleep. Honestly, I can imagine doing that. For Ganyu's sake.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Kuching.
Be it but 3 moves from the start, he who returns is not he that departs. Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
In that case, 3 days.
Did you just increase the amount of days you would work? Like without sleep or?
Alright, I can work with that.
If you have the time, would you join me for this search? You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much more at ease with your company.
Oh, John rises. Okay, 1 day for sleep. Okay, I think that's good, actually.
Okay, then
Boss.
let's meet back here in 3 days.
You got it.
Watch this space, Mr. Dvorak. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You're all so helpful and kind. I just...
You deserve it, good sir. Be happy.
Just think, imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
I'm sure the one that guided you here today feels the same way.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this lantern ride a true extravaganza.
We should
Awesome.
probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
And also, Anzu says most Dendro is smart as heck and diligent. I mean, I think that makes sense. Like, because I think like the Dendro Archon's virtue is wisdom, so makes sense that like all the people that get visions from her elements are relatively smart. It's like how like I'm pretty sure like the Pyro Archon is kind of chaotic, and like every fire vision holder that we know of so far is like usually pretty darn energetic, except for D-Luke. But he's special.
Ooh, we're coming too!
I was wondering, what are your thoughts on music?
Also, wait, Anzu says, except for one Dendro, an upcoming one. Are you talking about Yao Yao? Anyway, Yao Yao's here, so she's not coming up yet. And I don't know who that could be then.
Music sounds nice?
That's all you have to say?
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
Alrighty. Here we are.
Lady Yuhang?
Ooh.
Baiwen, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival.
Alright. Also, Quadra says Ganyu is my favorite, but Dendro is my favorite element, and I literally have all the Dendro characters except Titanari. Please come home on the blue banner. Perhaps one day. One day. We'll see the setting with there, Quadra. It's okay. You got this. I believe in you, Quadra. Everyone else, give them your support. We got faith in you, Quadra. Also, Don Rice says it depends on the song that was faced. Also, Anzu says, Anzu says, need to go. See you time now. Alright. See ya, Anzu. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you had a good time here. Take care, and bye-bye for now. Alright, Quadra says, oh my god. We haven't seen Ningguang in forever either. Good lord. Oh yeah, that's true. I was expecting to see her here like earlier, like while Ketching and Ganyu were discussing things with us. But yeah, we haven't seen her at all in so long. I hope she's doing alright. Also, John Rice says, raise your hands to let it quadrant your power. Yeah. Never. Yeah. I can't raise my hand because I'm stuck underneath my crewmate ship, but I'm trying my best. Alright, here we go.
I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take appropriate action.
I understand. In that case,
Let us handle this one.
Kuching, you're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different things in the city that needs your attention. Leave it to us. Don't worry. Whatever it is, we'll definitely be able to handle it. Well, he will handle it.
Yeah. Because everything gets left to me. Also, John says, Wait, hold on. See, that works. Also, Quadra says, if you're gonna give me power, I'll try to do a random 10 pull on the Alhazen weapon spanner. Maybe. I mean, if you want to do it, go for it. We've all, we've all got our fingers crossed, ready for you, Quadra. I don't know if I'll be any help. I feel like how sick I am. I might end up being like bad luck, but we'll see.
With the traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with. Thank you. This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation. Once it's resolved, please come and find me again at Eugene Terrace and let me know.
Alright.
Will do. And say hi to Ningguang for us.
You have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
Alright, see ya. I don't know if we actually are gonna say Ningguang or like what. I don't know. I don't think we are. Alright, now let's get moving. Ooh. So someone over here. Alright, first let's heal up. So I see you there, Mr. Boar. I gotta get you way before you can possibly get to me. Oh.
I could get used to this.
Hey, hello there, Mr. Boar. Where do you think you're going? Nowhere, because you're gone. Alright, let's see. We gotta go this way. Also, let's see more messages again. Right, Quadra says, why not? For the content. Alright. Won't be in danger not to get needly if I do a 10 pull anyways. Alright, you got this then. I believe in you, Quadra! Also, John Rice says Mr. Pig is gone. Mr. Pig deserved it. Mr. Pig was a jerk.
Byron said the strange tune was coming from around here, right?
Couldn't it have been from the house, though?
Paimon doesn't hear anything. There doesn't seem to be a soul in...
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place
Oh.
like this. So, it's you two.
Hello, Yelan.
Yeon? How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
I was wondering when you would show up. You were on the banner.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Fair enough.
So you know anything about the strange music around here?
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining.
Oh, you're also exploring that.
Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
Alright, interesting. Also, more messages. Quadra says, alright, doing it, let's go. Ah, nope. Oof, I got the flutes. Ah, dang. Not the flutes. Ugh. 4 stars. Justin. Alright, let's see. Let's look around for some clues.
The stuff by the door is in pretty good condition, though. It can't have been too long ago that someone was last living here.
Here you go.
This place is completely empty. There's nothing valuable left here at all. The doors and the windows are all fine, so there definitely wasn't a break-in.
What is it? Let's go find Yelan.
How strange. It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle. The bad guys could have sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
Made out of cave?
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Yelan, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well, Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
Dang shit. Paimon is not like really fighting back using words as much as she used to. Anyways, let's see. Rogers says, I would find if I got a fave weapon, but the flute is just ugh. So they had a way in. Roger says, I gotta try another 10 times pull later where Yolan's banner's open. And I want to try and get her weapons for Ganyu. Sounds good.
What about you? Give up as well?
Let's see. It's difficult to theorize with so little evidence.
Yep. It's not obvious at first sight, that's for sure. To be honest, I was only able to put it all together because of some background knowledge about this area.
Really?
A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom.
Ugh. God, the dino's tired. Also, let's see. Quadras is, and I'm like, I almost have full pity. Dang. Good luck. Also, John rises up. But Paimon is not a pool of justice or Phoenix Wright.
To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts.
Ah, okay.
Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger once again, and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
Ah, I see.
That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger. The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal.
We use elemental
Any other
sense.
day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today.
Why not?
Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway. Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy.
Dang.
Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yelan.
Also, wait, let's see. And messages. Again, sorry that I'm struggling a bit here. I think I'm running on like maybe 3-ish hours of sleep right now. Anyways, let's see. It's a full pity. John Rice says Paimon is not Apollo Justice or Phoenix Wright. Furuki says also I ate your lightsaber. Give that back, Froggy. Give it back. The dino wants it. I also see Quadra says Paimon is Maya. You know what? That's accurate. I think she would also like Maya be capable of being being illegally like being blamed for murder, I guess. Also, John Rice says good to know, and thank you for the follow just now, Frugi. I appreciate the support. Also, Quadra says wait, I hit goal. Also, let's see. Wait, what? I hit gold. Okay, wow. Ooh. Oh, okay, nice. I'll hit them some weapon. Ooh. One more pull and I got it. Quadra says, a dino and chat are good luck. Thank you, Quadra. We're glad that we were able to give you the good luck and that you were able to use it to get I'll hit them's weapon. Congratulations. John Rice says, our power gave Quadra the win. Yes. We gave him the good luck. We made him stronger than the sum of his parts.
Mm-hmm. As long as you can keep up.
Anyways, as long as you keep. Right.
Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down.
Ooh.
No time to lose.
Oh wait, hold on. I figured we were going this way.
Here, look at this. These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction.
Alright. Let's go.
No time to lose.
Their pace has increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
Ooh. Alright, do we keep going? Alright, we keep going. Alright, let's go. Oscar, I just tweeted to you. And also, holy heck, I did all of this for a joke. I didn't expect this. Well, you know what they say about assuming. I don't know what I can't wait, but like see what else. See if ours gave Quadra the win, and also just tweeted to you, lol. Get oh heck, I did. And also John Rice says shiny stuff. All the shiny stuff.
Treasure murders again, and so close to Lantern Ride too. 'Tis not the season for their antics.
Well, now is the season for us to defeat them.
Come on, let's round them up.
Alright, let's go. I don't know why, but like all of a sudden I feel like half asleep.
No time to lose.
Like, again, I was just fine at like the beginning of the stream, but then now I feel like I'm like my brain is simultaneously trying to like turn itself off, but also like stay awake.
Who's next?
Anyways, ooh, there's just one guy here. I don't want to just like steal your stuff real quick, dude. I'm just gonna do y'all a big service here. I think that's everything. Alright. You there. Talk to me.
Hey, who are you? Where did you come from?
Also, Quadra says Genshin be like, you think you won't get it? Well, now you're gonna get it. And you think you are going to get it? Then you won't get it. Also, John Rice says we came for the house you stole. Wait, what? How are you hiding in my house that I just bought?
The evidence is conclusive.
Oh.
Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
You should be.
Perhaps not, but you should be.
Yeah. Alright, let's show him. Oh, okay, we get to play as her. Ooh. Alright. Oh.
Quiet, curses. Seems like you're not all talk after all, but there's no going back now. Better up my game.
Oh, wait, what? Oh.
Busted.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Oh,
Alright.
it's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
Oh dear.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear.
Alright. Tells everything, buddy. Also, let's see. I think my brain is starting to feel more alive again, finally. But also, I just want to drink some water, just in case. Alright. Let's see, so hold on. Now we get to all the messages I missed earlier. This will not end well, and this is awkward. I was just done farming Hatham, and now I need to get the materials for his weapon. Oh, good luck with that, Quadro. Also, let's see. I really like Yelan's animations. Agreed. The animations are cool. And let's see. John Rice's ouchies, death glare. Yep. Yelan. Quadro says, Yelan, one day I'll get you, please. One day. When the time is right, Quadra, you will get her. We believe. Also, Quadra redeemed Hydrate. Thank you for that. Do it again. I shall do it again. I really need it. There we go.
So Lantern Right's nearly here, and like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things.
Alright, where you go with this?
I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Alright.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay. Continue.
Alright.
I racked my brain trying to think of what I could do. And eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run.
Alright.
I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave.
But they did. Also, John Rice it's my job to do that, so somewhat.
But they did. And they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy. I couldn't resist. It was completely wrong of me. I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition. It'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
No. Destroy him.
Chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lantern Right behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity.
Oh no.
You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am.
You know,
Alright.
as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
You mean...
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself.
Yep.
There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
Alright, good job, Yelan.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here.
Alright.
You helped a lot with the investigation and
Oh.
arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too.
Okay. That's a bit odd. Sunrise is fine. Oh, and Don Creep is here. Hello, Don Creep. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, and hope you have a good time here at the stream. Welcome. Right now, we're playing the Lantern Raid Festival, and it's going quite well so far. Also, John Wright says, "Oh no."
See you when I see you. And happy Lantern Rite.
Leon's such a pro at this.
She
If we're
is.
taking it from here, it's as good as resolved. Whoosh! Random event, a strange melody, complete.
Yeah.
Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again.
Why is it a shame?
Because Paimon's curious, that's why. It's like when you have a tune stuck in your head, but you don't even know what it is. It's driving Paimon crazy. When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing. And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts. Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes.
That's down to the ill will of the user. The bad news influenced the emotions associated with the music.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again.
Also, Froggy redeemed the bridge, so there you go. There's your bread redeem. John Rice says music can make you feel things like fear and joy and other things. Also, Froggy redeemed the bread again, so right there you go. There's a new bread for you.
Now that everything's resolved, let's get
A
back
new
to
voice
the
for both of
apartment.
them.
Byron's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
Alright. They've had to Yuchang Terrace to report back to buy one. Alright, let's go. My brain is feeling half. I don't know why, but like my brain is feeling half asleep again. Alright, anyways. Let's head on down. Quadra says JoJo music makes you feel like an unstoppable force. That is true, like especially when I'm listening to like the Pillarman theme. With remixes, feel more powerful than I ever have before when I listen to that. Also, Quadras the redeemed hydrate, thank you. I should drink the water now. Alright. Good to go, I think.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Oh? Is she going to show up?
My greetings to both of you.
Oh!
Long time no see.
Ningguang! Hello!
You need to be so formal with us. We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations for Lantern Rite.
Oh, I missed two. Wait, I missed two breads? Wait, hold on. Alright. Oh, I think I did miss two breads from Froggy. I thought I already did them. Bread and let's see. Bread. There you go. There are the two breads for your frog friend.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize.
That is true, yes.
Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion.
I'm glad I'm not gonna be there for that.
Simply put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa, you're already thinking that far ahead?
Yep.
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Nope.
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name.
Nope.
Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
Yeah, it's been too long, I can't
On
recall.
this marvelous lantern rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wondered whether the melodies will be to their liking.
Oh,
We
they're
shall
gonna
see.
love them. I'm sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and Heroes of the Past seem like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
Well, let's hope so.
What happens if they
You'll
aren't?
be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend.
Pretty much. She might also be a mermaid, we don't
I'm
know.
sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale. Do share it with me, won't you? I couldn't bear to miss out.
Absolutely. Alright, let's get to work. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. There's something going on. What is this? Oh, wait. Are there, God. Oh, Beto! And Eugene. Are there more quests to do? I think so. Let's see. We got you. Look separately. All right, time to meet up. Hold on. I think we have multiple, like a bunch of random quests to do. Hold on. Wait, hold on. How do I get to them? Behind us. I don't know which, wait, let's select which one of these, event details. Alright, so let's do this one. Okay, so, alright, so it was those quests. Alright. So let's go to the North Wharf. Wait. We're always struggling to deal with time as is for this event, because it's very short, right? Like, let me check. Trying to get myself awake. Yeah, so I only have 5 days left, so like we can't do our next Genshin stream next Tuesday because we're gonna miss everything here. So I feel like we're going to like do some Genshin stuff on Thursday, like before we play Digimon, which might be, I don't know, might be a problem, but we'll see. Let's see. See, John, wait. John says 1 bread, I believe. Hold on, let me just to be safe. Okay, go with bread. There you go. 1 more bread, just in case. If I didn't miss any, then that's a freebie for you. Podred Knot says, "I'll never forget that Ningguang and Sucrose carried my early game hard." I can imagine so. Sucrose in particular, she's pretty good. Like in my earlier days. I don't know if I used Ningguang much, if at all. Also, you have event time and Quadra says, I suggest doing the random quests off screen if you don't have time. Those are mostly primo and getting a free 4-star. Alright. Quadra says, I would also welcome Thursday being another Genshin stream. You know what? I think we'll do that. So let's just let's keep doing the main story for now. And then we can do all the side quests later. There you go. I think that's gonna be the idea. Then after that, we can also do Al though, but I was looking forward to playing Digimon this week, but what you gonna do? I mean, Digimon is not gonna get any new updates or anything. Like everything is as it will be for the rest of time now.
No time to lose.
I'm not going to you can wait, I guess. Also, I think we went beyond the time, so it needs to be at like between 8 and 10. Also, Quadra says waits 48 hours, Paimon. Traveler, why are you like this? Why are you just standing on the road for 2 days straight?
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
You got it? Also, Quadra says, and before Digimon gets a new DLC expansion this week. Oh, I would love for Cyber Sleuth to get new DLC. Those would be good times.
I could get used to this.
Alright, there we go. Is Ganyu like falling asleep while standing up? I can relate to her a lot right now. Yeah, I think it's actually supposed to be like her idol animation.
What time is it?
Roughly 8-ish.
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand.
Alright.
Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus.
Alright.
But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from.
Alright.
Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
I mean, maybe. Either that or they're just like a really, really darn good musician in the mortal world.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Maybe they imagined her with wings, or because Ganyu's here, I'm gonna say maybe they gave her horns.
Then she looked just like Ganyu.
Yeah, there it is.
Guess that does technically make sense. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
I guess you would just like freeze the water. See, that would be like the easiest way. Like you can't sink if the water's all solid.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you.
Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while.
So you'd stalk them. Alright.
Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Also, Quadra says in before it's Venti, but they saw him wrong. They fell for the trap. Just like a lot of early Genshin players, I believe. Also, Frugi says stuck. Quadra says, as an introvert that just wants to tell people that's a mood. Okay, fair enough. You know what? I'm just gonna say this one because I feel like this is gonna be the funnier option.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for our
Okay,
good
dang
deeds.
it. I was hoping there would be like different dialogue for this.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Why do I relate to this on like a very deep and emotional level?
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude?
God, this is
That would explain why
mood.
she just left without saying
Agreed.
a word.
Just massive mood. You know, what if like the lady that in this story actually is Ganyu? Since she's like thousands of years old, she could have actually saved on from someone from drowning and like didn't pay any attention really. Well, I wouldn't say that, but like she just doesn't recognize who he like what he looks like now compared to how he looks back how he might have looked back then.
She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
I'm pretty sure that's like her best cloud retainer impression. I forgot the name of that one Adeptite that kept saying that like always refers to themselves as one.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon.
Agreed. That's literally what I just said.
As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet.
Imagine if Cloud Retainer is right behind her and she's like, "How dare thee, Ganyu? One has an excellent taste in music." And started singing in front of us. Also, Ganyu says, I keep forgetting Ganyu's supposed to be like over 1,000 years old. She looks great. Yeah, it's all in like the skin moisturizer.
If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can, I've been in Liyue Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Alright.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I mean, you should. Like, you don't have to, but like, I don't know.
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However...
As a quadrip, like, behind Paimon as she did the impression. Cloud Retainer. One's nothing personal, kid. And Paimon's like, Nanny. And then blam. Let's see, you still have reservations?
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now.
Yep.
Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic.
Alright.
Wait, did she leave already?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
She's fast. Also, Quadra says, behind Paimon as she did... Wait, I think I already read that. Alright, let's go. Goats to mount something or other. Alright, here we go. Ganyu too fast. She's too fast for the naked eye. Ganyu the Chilean, I think that's what her species' name is.
Yep. Yeah.
Quadra says, Ganyu used a teleporter? Imagine if she did, like in lore. that would like revolutionize like transportation into that. Like anyone that was like some kind of delivery man would be, well, at least like those who are willing to use teleporters would be living it up, but like those who drive and stuff, they'd be going out of business.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
Nope.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Or is she behind us?
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
She'd be busy with something else right now.
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her.
Alright.
Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling?
Yes.
Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor. We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Do we have to purposefully drown ourselves?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue!
If you're so sure, why don't you try it?
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim. Paimon would sink like a rock.
You know, I think that's a bad idea. I think you need to go in there.
Just trust Paimon. The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center.
Alright, fine. Fine, whatever. Also, I want to see a message real quick. Roger says Raiden. No one can enter or exit Inazuma. Players use the teleporter. Raiden. Surprise Pikachu face. Nani? You weren't supposed to do that. This is a great offense to my eternity. Also, Quadra says, I have a funny story with this. I was diving in, but I forgot I froze the water and died. Wait, really? Like, specifically for this event? Like, how did that happen? The only way I can see this happening is like if can't word. If like you were you shot a charged up arrow by like Ganyu or someone, and then when you dive down, then you bite the dust.
Grander scale, no doubt.
Anyways. Blah 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 blah.
If only there was a kind
blah 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 blah
to save us.
blah 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 blah. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Wait, someone carries you ashore so quickly you don't catch it. Oh, Xiao! Hey, man. You're not a mermaid, are you? Oh, wait, Shenhe! Yo!
How do you feel right now?
Yo, Guacho! Shenhe's here! The legendary not getting a rerun lady herself is here. The queen that needs to return at some gosh darn point. She's finally here. She's on our screens once again. Genshin hasn't forgotten that she's existed. Anyways. Yes, it was 3 a.m. I was very tired. Quadra said, the dialogue was funnier because Paimon was yelling while my Ganyu was dying. Oh dear. Yikes. Also, yeah, Shadow. Oh my god. I tried to do like the Joseph scream. God, just this. Stay loyal. The Nilu. Damn it. You must be strong to get the character you want, Quadra. Pain. Anything that's adding more there. I can feel the Dang. I can feel the pain there, Quadra. You must persevere. It's like the pain from when I tried to hold in a cough when I tried to talk.
Shenhe, and the Conqueror of Demons.
Hello.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it.
Like seriously, what the Actually, now that I think about it, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be Xiao, but like, depending on like how old the story is, it could have been like, the Hydro Yaksha. I forgot her name, but like we saw her during that the summer event. I'm pretty sure, not summer event, but like that one event where Xiao and a bunch of other characters we were all stuck underground in the chasm.
Okay, fine. Paimon will explain.
Alright.
We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music.
Yep, pretty much.
If the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
Yeah.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
But are you good at music? I mean, a lot of people, apparently, for what I remember, a lot of humans do mistake her for an Adeptus. So, if she's good at music, it could stand to reason that she fits the bill and they just mistaken her for an Adeptus like other people tend to do. Also, Quadra says, "Oh, I could wail, but I really don't want to." Protect thy wallet, Quadra. Be strong, soldier. Also, Quadra says, wait. What if it was Zhang Li? He is very pretty. What if, actually, it was the cross-dressing Joseph from part 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? What if he was an Adeptus all along? That's my theory.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Sorry for troubling you guys.
Glad you're okay.
Alright, you're leaving already, Xiao. You're on the banner. You're supposed to be important to the story, sir. Well, I mean, I guess, Yelan was, at least, Yelan looked like she was supposed to be part of this story too, but like, she was just there to help us speed up some treasure hoarders, so, I don't know.
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing.
Oh, wait, so it's not a Yaksha, so it's not the Hydro Yaksha, I guess. Also, Quadra says, I still like the idea that it was Venti. It makes sense, and he can't be mistaken for a girl. That is true. Also, John rises. He does know to think ahead. Aw. Imagine if, like it actually was Joseph, and the music that they played to have the guy like the guy heard, like it wasn't like, I don't know what, like it wasn't like the usual kind of song you hear from Genshin, but like it was just like the opening for Phantom Blood. I mean, not Phantom Blood. It was Battle Tendency. Also, Quadra says, "Where's Al Hatham? He's important to the story." He no longer exists. This is liyue. Our item is in Sumeru. Therefore, the story has just erased him from existence until he is important again.
Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Alright. Okay, bye,
As
Xiao.
ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes, just like the wind. Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, this is kind of cute. Like, says like they were both raised by Cloud Retainer, so they're kind of like sisters. I think it's kind of nice that like she's trying to bond with her.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However... Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last? Earlier this morning. She set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper.
Ooh.
I did not inquire. So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode. Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Shenhe in particular hasn't said anything violent at all in the past, like 5 minutes she's been back.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continue to train with
She's got the
Master.
red ropes, but
In the
still.
other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in liyue Harbor.
Ooh.
Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that.
I mean, you're like basically sisters. It's okay to be informal.
Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
Ganyu gets embarrassed when people call her Lady Ganyu.
Oh, is that what it is? Noted.
Yep. That's it. Also, Quadra says, Xiao is another one I want, but I probably never get with all the other characters I want. I might have gotten Xiao, but like, he's at like C0 or C1 at best. So Quadra says, Shenhe, listen, we each share one half of an outfit. I feel we can bond together through that. Wait, really?
So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
I'm pretty sure I just saw a frog, like, hopping around in the background. I don't know for sure, though.
Music? What is that?
Nice sounds.
It's, a kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a nerve-wracking sound. Or even a terrifying one.
Oh, there's a crab.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Awesome.
Hey, that's really helpful. Thanks.
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day.
Ooh, okay.
Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go.
Alright, then let's go. As I see some messages, Quadra says, I don't know for sure, but Ganyu and Shenhe look like they share one half of a complete outfit each if you notice. Hold on, I want to see this. Let's see, so I don't have either of them, so... Go to Character Archive. I guess go for, I for the people I don't have. I don't think I can do that. Actually, wait, I can do this. Wait. They're both private. Yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, actually, now that I look at it, like this part of Ganyu's outfit looks like it's like it looks like it's supposed to be part of this, like Shenna's sleeves and like the top part of her clothes. It looks like it should match like the thing that Ganyu is wearing at like the middle area. As for the rest of the like this area, basically I see they're basically the same. Except I think Shenna is wearing sandals. Also, John Wright says, "Oh, yeah, Quadra says, with Shenna having the top part, yeah, and Ganyu having the bottom. I don't know if they actually do, but it looks like it. Yeah, Cloud Retainer was too cheap to buy 2 outfits. It's like Cloud Retainer she bought one shirt for Ganyu because I think she was the first one. She was the first child that she ever had. But then when she adopts Shenhe, she looks at the new shirt she just got Ganyu, and then she just tears it up, and it's like, alright, here you go, kids. New clothes for you both. Or actually, a second theory is that she intended to make them both, like their own outfits, but like she gave up on the first outfit because, you know, she's a crane. She has no hands, so it's really difficult for her to make even just one outfit, like sewing it up and stuff. So she gets frustrated, tears it in half, and then she decides, okay, you know what? Ganyu, Shenhe, you get these.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
I'm both intrigued and concerned as to what Shenhe considers music. Me too. My condolences, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon isn't that deaf after all. Paimon heard you when you just spoke. Anyway, where is this music?
Is she talking about like just the sound of like
the faint
the
sound
wind?
of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
I mean, they are music, but it's like one could consider them music, but they're like ambient music, I guess, like background kind of music.
Paimon wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
And a melody is?
Let's see. Go on, Paimon, sing us a nursery rhyme. And Ganyu, why don't you sing us that folk song you sing to Glaze Lilies? Paimon, Ganyu, sing for us.
Huh?
Yes, sing for us, Ganyu. You can do it.
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
All right. You were supposed to do it, Ganyu, but okay. Fingers crossed this won't attract any whooper flowers. That wasn't music. That was just... I think that was just Zach, like, I think that's the name of Aethers V8. It just sounded like Zach, like, talking in his sleep. But, like, maybe, like, with his audio edited to make it sound like a beat. Like, it's like, and they're like, we can't do anything with this. Actually, hold on. But yeah, they just play around with the audio mixing and then boom, perfect. It's like he's singing. And they just rolled with that.
Was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
Wait, really? Also, let me see a few more messages. Quadra says, Claude Retainer. One must understand I am very poor. Also, Quadra says, not gonna lie, I love that these two are interacting with one another. Same. Like, especially since, like, they're both, like, basically adopted children of Cloud Retainer. I always, I've always wanted to see, like, the two of them, like, interact. Also, Quadra says, oh my god. Aether spoke. Kind of. Aether was trying to sing, but the dire unknown god said no. He's like, nope, we're going to cut your vocal cords. And it's just like, ugh. And then Shenhe's just like, is this supposed to be singing? Yep, I think so. And they just let him keep going on with that.
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again.
I know that's probably just like their name, but like I'm imagining like lanterns that are actually shaped like Zhao floating up into the sky.
We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day.
Awesome. Quadra says, now I want Zhao T-posing models in the sky as... Yeah, Zhao lanterns. Like, I want Zhao T-posing models with the textures of, like, the lantern... Of, like, the New Year's lanterns. And then just have them floating up in the air. That would be beautiful. That would be peak lantern rights.
Huh. So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep.
Like, for real, though. Even if they didn't do exactly that. Like, Zhao is a god. And if I remember correctly from his story quest, I think the average person, like, at least those who read it, like, those who are, like, really studying up on the gods and know about the Yakshas, like, they know he's, like, the only one left alive and things like that. So, I wouldn't say it's, like, too far out there for someone to want to honor him by, like, if they can't, like, if it's possible, like, try to make lanterns in his honor. At the very least, like, make lanterns with, like, his symbol, if he has one on them. Like, draw pictures of his mask on the lanterns.
Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our life squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs. And a few other things come to mind, too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
All the sounds of liyue harbor.
Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me.
Roger says that would be really cool, Yi. I feel like specialized lanterns for each of the gods of Liyue would be awesome to have. And like they could have a big one for Rex Lapis, because I'm sure he's like in their minds he is dead, but like I feel like they would want to have something to commemorate him by. Because like He doesn't have a replacement right now like Nahi did. So, like, I feel like they would like try to honor like their last Geo Archon as much as they can. Like, I feel like especially since like this world is pretty much magic to some extent. Maybe it's possible they can make like a robotic version of like the Chinese dragon puppets that people use for Lunar New Year, and have it actually be flying around. I think that would be awesome. I know when I was a little kid and I would see performances where people would like use dancing lions and dancing dragons at malls. I always wanted to see like the dragons fly. Even though like probably a part of me knew that it was impossible, I still wanted to do it because wanted to see that happen because, you know, I'm a little kid. I want to see a giant dragon flying around in the air.
Nenny and liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I
Also,
never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part
Roger
of their
says,
lives.
we should have lanterns for each of the each special god for liyue. Proceeds to send in 100 Ganyu lanterns. That's how it would be like if like players were allowed to make their own lanterns. Like like the devs, they make it like a perfectly even amount or like relatively even amount of lanterns for each god in liyue to make it look like more natural, like a lot of variety. And like to give every character some like around the same amount of respect. And then when it's time for the players to make their own lanterns, it's just everyone is making Ganyu lanterns or like Zhongli lanterns. And maybe like one person does. Actually, I think a lot of people would make Xiao lanterns as well. And then like maybe one person does like a lantern for one of the NPC adept one of the one of the NPC adepti like Cloud Retainer. As a Quadra says, actually Meki says, is the ocean a soup? No, it's a sandwich. Alright. Well, to answer your question, Meki. Normally, like, a soup would be, like, defined as, like, at least normally from what I would say, it's usually, like, hot liquid with stuff inside it. And the ocean isn't exactly hot, like, at least I'm pretty sure it's not at the same temperature as like how most people would serve soup. Otherwise, lots of sea animals would be dead. So I don't know. I don't think I would consider it. I don't know if I consider the ocean a soup. But I think it really depends on like how people like what people define as a soup specifically. Like if unlike me, people consider like any like liquid in a container that has like chunks of something in it, then technically, I guess the ocean could count as a soup. I don't know. But like, I feel like my personal requirement that like it should be warm kind of prevents the ocean from being a soup. But I guess if you want to consider things like global warming, I don't know. I don't know. So I feel like I need to do more research before I could give like a real answer. I don't know. Also, Quadra says, man, pink lanterns would be sick. Also, would a grilled cheese with tomato soup be considered a pizza? I have no idea. I feel like, I mean, I guess if the tomato soup was like inside the grilled cheese sandwich, like the way tomato sauce is in a pizza, maybe it will work. I don't know. Like, there's only like really one way pizzas are really made. Like, in a sense, like there are like, yeah, like it's like circular and rectangular pizzas and like stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, usually like there's like breading at the bottom and stuff, tomato sauce, cheese on top, usually a crust. I don't know if a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup would be exactly like that. It's a sandwich though, so like there's a second piece of bread, right? Pizzas don't have that. Like they just have cheese on top. So unless it's a grilled cheese sandwich where like the other slice of bread is now on the side to look like a like pizza crust, maybe they would be considered a pizza. I don't know. But anyways, we have more stuff to do.
At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows.
Let's see, the fact that the three are just standing there while we try to justify this is hilarious. Like Ganyu is like speaking her heart out to Shenhe and the Traveler and Paimon about like the melodies she's heard at the harbor and what they mean to her. And then like while she's saying that, suddenly the Traveler is like, I don't know how Twitch chat would appear to Genshin characters, but like essentially it would be like the Traveler is talking to the void. Or like talking to nothing, like thin air in front of him. Talking about like whether or not the ocean is soup or grilled cheese with tomato soup is a pizza. And they're just like, is the Traveler okay?
Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
Quadra says, Traveler, is that a pizza? Ganyu, what? Shenhe, I have to think about that. I'll stop talking about melodies, I guess. And then Shenhe, like, I don't know. She just like runs down to Liyue Harbor, goes to Xiangling's restaurant, gets a pizza, gets a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup, and then like just studies them for hours on end. And after that, she goes up to everyone. She's like, "I have no idea." So John Rice says, "Ganyu is confused." Ganyu hurt herself in confusion. The opposing Ganyu has fainted. Aether gained 60 EXP. Actually, Quantus Moon is here. And hi there, Bunny friend. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. Darn coughs, but it was good to see you here today. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by the stream today. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you have a good time here at the stream contest. Welcome, welcome. Right now, we are playing Genshin Impact, specifically the Lantern Rite Festival event. And it's going quite well so far. The Quadra says, Shanna would have had the confused face meme as she looks at a pizza and a grilled cheese with tomato soup. Good point. Do you even know what those foods are? Like, it's normal. I remember, like, all she eats are medicinal herbs. Like, I don't think she's, like, in the habit of eating human food that much. So would she even know what a pizza is? Also, Qantas says food. And also, herbs are crunchy. Well, I mean, I guess you would say that. Because bunnies like plants. But us T-Rexes, we don't like them. They taste bad. Do you know what a salad is? Probably, yeah. Andra says, I think she would know them by reading, but never had one, adding to the confusion. So this is what a pizza is. It tastes amazing.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Kuching and Shenna are your friends now, right?
Yep. Also, just want to ask, like, are there ever any issues with my mic? Like, do I ever peak at points? Because sometimes when I look at OBS and I'm talking, like, I guess extra loud, I see it go, like, I see the bar for the mic just go completely red. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Usually, like, when I see something, like, go full red, I feel like usually I would assume that's supposed to be a bad thing, but I have no idea. Also, Qantas says, ooh, nugget pizza. I want to have that. Also, based on what I'm hearing so far, alright, Quadra and Qantas say no. Okay, that is good.
Yes, I am.
Aww.
Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Also, Qantas says, Dino, you're probably not using TrueSpeak on OBS. I'm not? Well, I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing with, like the audio filters and stuff in OBS. So I have no idea. I probably am not using it. Let's see. OBS stamp will peak under settings audio. Archer says, wait, that's a thing? I don't know if it is. The Qantas is True Peak uses more CPU, but it's more accurate, like 0.1% more CPU. How do I activate that? Right, settings, audio. I mean, I see properties of audio. That's audio properties. Oh wait, hold on. I think I see it now. Settings, audio. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that too. Wait, meters. Okay, there's meters. Alright, there's back. Oh wait. It says that I am on True Peak. It says, yeah, True Peak higher CPU usage. Like, it says I'm on that one already. Huh. It's probably just being weird then. Okay. I guess that's a free streaming advice for anyone else in chat that's a streamer, Quadra included. Um, hmm. I don't know why it's not accurate. Ah, hmm. Huh. Oh well. Oh, yeah, Quadra says you sound fine on my end. Okay, that's good. I guess we'll just not worry about that for now. Oh wait, let's see. Qantas says, oh, the red bar is more of a warning that you're about to blow out the range of the mic. Ah, okay.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome, Ganyu.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well. I've planted many types of flowers.
Oh, that's
and I'm
nice.
sure some of them will be to your taste.
You are too kind.
Quantus
I
says,
couldn't possibly.
Quantus Moon says hydrate. Alright, I shall hydrate. Oh, and there's the redeem. Thank you for that. I got a good amount of water left in my water bottle, so. Oh, I see quad redeemed hydrate too. Drowned? Oh no. Water the dino. Yes, please. The dino needs more waters. We redeemed that at the same time. Synchronize the redeems. Also, Quantus Moon says, dino is a nuggy plant. No, the dino is a dino. I eat nuggy plants. I'm like a fungus, I guess. Like, because I'm like a plant, but like I feed on other plants to survive. Kind of. I don't remember. I think that's what makes funguses different from plants. I'm not sure. Quadra says, fungus among us. Ah, perfect. Like it matches what I have right now for my avatar, and it rhymes. As a Qantas says, I know can't eat nuggies with space helmets. I can try. And if I believe I can do it, then I can do it.
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time.
You know, I don't think I've said this before, but like now that I'm hearing Shenna's voice, like really paying attention to it, it feels like she's really letting out like more emotion than how she was like when we first met her. I like that. Like it makes me feel like the battle against Shoots and Yoonjin's play like really helped her be more in touch with her emotions. I think that's nice. Yeah. Also, Shenna's generally more calm. And as the Dino is secretly imposter, but only wants snuggies. Yeah, if I could control exactly everything I do as the imposter, the only time the crewmates would ever like call an emergency meeting is because like if there is a map with a fridge, they're just going to say that the fridge got ransacked by someone, and just me with a bunch of crumbs on my face will be like, no, I think it was red, and that's about it. That's the only kind of conflict that would really happen. Unless someone ate my nuggies, then and something else will happen.
I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
I mean, maybe it kind of works on you, but it also sounds kind of rude. Like it sounds like they're forcing you into doing it.
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
This is like two people with social anxiety trying to become friends. Like, well, not specifically social anxiety, but like people with like no social awareness.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I mean, for one, it's how they were raised, and second, like she is cocoa goats. Like, what else is she supposed to eat? Also, just want to see any of the messages in case I missed them. Quantus just says, wasn't me. Quantus says, my best friend and I be like. That's like me. That would have been like me with like the one IRL friend I've had in the past. Quantus says herbs are tasty though. But meat is better. At least in my opinion. I mean, given I am Quantus says, why not both? Well, the thing about that is, I am a hyper carnivore. So I'm pretty sure like the scientific meaning for that is 70 my diet is 75% or more meats because I am a T-Rex. I'm eating a lot of meat. There are carnivorous animals do like most of them do often like eat little bits of plants to get like to supplement their diet with fiber. Because every animal needs like all the general nutrients that everyone else needs, just at different amounts. That's one of the possible reasons why you might see like your dog or cat nibbling on grass every now and then. And it's also why there's footage of cows munching on bones and dead snakes, and why sometimes there's deer that feed on dead birds that they find. Because herbivores also tend to supplement their diets for protein, where they're not getting enough of it. But yeah, like in a sense, everyone is omnivorous, but like it's like I don't know the exact word, but like it's kind of like a scale of like how carnivorous, like how much more carnivorous or how much more herbivorous you are. And what we call omnivores are really those who are just like closer to the middle. There are some animals that are like absolutely completely carnivorous, like snakes. But that's mainly because like they hunt using heat vision. So if it's not giving off body heat, then they're not gonna eat it. So they really like their instincts are really not like because of how their instincts and like their brain work. They're never they're basically never going to eat plants because it doesn't give off the body temperature like signals that they need to activate like I need to eat this kind of instincts. It only works with animals. But besides, like, some exceptions like those, like animals, sometimes they'll stray out a little bit from, like, their standard diets, just so they aren't deficient in any particular nutrients. But geez. As a Qantas says, wait, deer will eat, oh wait. I hope I didn't mess up saying that, but I didn't mean that. Deer are not cannibals, but deer will eat dead birds that they find. They won't, usually, as far as I know, they don't go out of their way to kill the birds, but I think there's been footage of deer coming across dead birds that they found already dead and then, like, nibble a bit off of them. And that's why Paimon's emergency food, yes. Also, animals can start fires and cook food too. I mean, humans are animals, so that is true. Plus, there are birds out there who actually do intentionally start fires. So it's not really to cook food, but like to lure prey out. Also, Dawn Creep says, I've seen footage of deer just eating live birds and squirrels. It doesn't surprise me, but it does scare me a bit. I've seen something similar, like with horses eating baby chickens. As a contest says, and that, alright, that Quadranaut says, Paimon not emergency food, Paimon friend. Debatable. It depends on the situation. Also, Quanta says, wait, will deer actually eat other deer? Like, I did just say, like, they would supplement their diet whenever they can, but, like, would they actually, like, resort to cannibalism for that? Like I said before, like, cows will, like, gnaw on bones every now and then to get protein, but, like, I don't know if there's any been records of them, like, eating the, like, using the bones of other cows for that. I don't know. Like, it's normal to get, like, for them to go a bit out of their diet, like, to supplement their diet with nutrients that they aren't really getting usually, but I don't know if they would do that. Artist says, in my experience, they will if there's no other food. Huh. I mean, animals they do get desperate for food sometimes, and I guess they do what it takes, but that is terrifying. I mean, maybe not as out there as, like, cows eating, like, gnawing on bones and dead snakes, but, like, this is definitely up there. Just Roger says, on this scale, it looks like Tai is saying this to Paimon in front of two vegetarians. I just imagining, like, the kind of faces that Shenhe and Ganyu would have after hearing this. Actually, I feel like Ganyu would be terrified, but, like, Shenhe would be like, meh. I guess that's kind of cool. Like, actually is now. I think she would be scared, but like, I guess all the Shenhe who is all about violence, she'd probably be like, huh, neat. And then again, they both spend a lot of time in mountains, so it's possible that, like, they've seen at least one instance of an animal, like, going a bit off his usual diet, I guess. If you want a more, I guess, a more wholesome example of this than what I've been telling you about herbivores, on a carnivore perspective, I think there's a group of crocodiles in South America that really like eating kumquats. I think alligators in Florida might have been recorded stealing watermelons at one point. I might be misremembering that, but suffice to say, crocodilians like their fruits. At least on occasion. Quadra says, Shenhe, do we get Cloud Retainer? And if Paimon's just nervously laughing. And then Aether's eyes start glowing red. But anyways, let's get back to the story. Without catching, we'll be munching on any flowers. You don't know that for sure.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Hi, Cloud Retainer. You didn't hear any of the stuff we said just now, right? Also, it's funny how Quadra just said, should we get Cloud Retainer? As she shows up at the, right at the exact second.
Master.
Hello.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Paimon, what did she just say? What did she...
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
One, double humph. Something about that is just funny to me. And second, I also feel like it's funny for some reason, I don't know why. But I feel like it's funny though, like, she takes offense that Paimon used the wrong pronoun for her. I don't know why. I guess it's something about seeing a god-like being acting like, I guess, just a regular person. I don't know. I feel like Cloud Retainer in general, we see a lot, between her acting like an embarrassing mom for Shenhe and Ganyu and other stuff. She feels like the most human of all the gods. I guess, I don't know. I guess we've seen the most, modest and down-to-earth behaviors from her than to most other god characters that we've seen in Genshin. At least amongst the Adepti. I feel like Venti is also pretty laid back. Down-to-earth. But yeah. Also, let me see some messages that I missed. Wait, let's see. I'm on Lover's Laughter, and also Qantas says they know. Woo woo. Quadra says, actually, I didn't. I stopped the quest after seeing Ganyu the first time. Quadra says, and you finish later. Alright. Quantas says, a child? A god acting like a child. Honestly, I think that sounds about right. Darn coughs. Also, Edward Snowden redeemed Roar, so... There's your Roar, Edward Snowden. Also, I heard the alert box. I just tried to get to everyone's messages. But yeah, it's good to see you here, Edward Snowden. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for stopping by the Genshin stream. Let's see. Mantra says, Cloud Retainer. One must use proper pronouns. And I see the two Paimon emotes. They're nice. Oh, I see Pontus with a bun emote. Oh, and oh, wait, hold on. Big dino time. Thank you to darn cost, but thank you to Qantas for the sub. I appreciate the support. Thank you for subbing, Qantas. Welcome. I'm welcome. I'm messing up the things that I say, but I appreciate the support and thank you. Thank you for subbing. I was thinking what else is there to say? I don't know. But yeah, the contest says burp, and there. I think we're using my emotes. Yeah, it's really nice when I get to see people using them. It's one of the main regrets I have when I took so long to finally like become a Twitch affiliate when I hit the requirements a lot long ago before I actually decided to become a Twitch affiliate. Like, if I were to go back in time, that would be like the one thing I'd change. I would say just like strike while the iron is hot and become a Twitch affiliate. That's what I should have done, in my opinion. Also, Quantus says, I need to remember to use it. And Quantus Not says, if I had money, I would sub. It's okay, Quadra. You don't? I think like exactly how to word this. Like if you have money to spare and you feel like subbing to me, feel free to do that. But otherwise, I can't remember. Like otherwise, you don't need to spend any money on me. Like, you guys just hang out here for free and just chatting with me, enjoying my content, and just having a jolly good time here. That's good enough for me. Asquadra says, I liked your emotes. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked them. And I mean, if I mean, you could technically see like you'd see them for free, like every now and then when I coughs. You see them every now and then for free on Twitter, like when I'm using them as reaction images. But yeah, also, Asquadra says, base dino. Thank you. Alright, now let's get back to the Genshin story.
One has received your message from Ganyu.
Hello.
On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
Yes, please, Cloud Britannia.
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Alright, nice. Oh, well, happy lantern ride, Shenhe.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Oh, she's singing! Ah, that's nice. It's still like Aether singing though before, but like it sounds a little more like she's humming, which is better. With Aether, for me, it sounded like he was like he was sleep talking. I should probably just yeah, I should definitely teleport. I'm not gonna walk all the way there. Also, Qantas says savory foods, such as chicken nuggies. Yes. Nuggies are the most savory food of them all. Alright. Here we are. So this is the place?
Quaily Plains?
Yes.
Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong.
Ooh,
but have you
Guizhong.
ever heard of her?
I definitely heard of it before. I think I'm not sure.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike.
Well, I can't relate to her.
Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table.
Also, Quadra says, Dak. Director. For precious sake. Wait, what? I need to read you. Nope, you're good, man. You're good. Trust me, it was amazing. Alright, now let's get this ship. And we're ready for the updates. Also, Qantas Moon says, Cloud Retainer. More like Big Nuggy. I mean, she's a god, so maybe we shouldn't do that. Like, I don't know if it's going to like throw liyue off balance or anything, but maybe.
Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest
The god
toy and place it
Nuggy,
upon the
godly
table.
Nuggy, the premium
He could be
Nuggy.
quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Yeah, we all have the same brain cell. But if we eat cloud retainers, then Shenhe and Ganyu will be sad. I'm pretty sure there's another crane like Adeptus though. I don't think anyone will miss him. Let's go for that one.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
The dinner Nuggy. All Nuggies can be dinner Nuggies.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him.
Ooh.
Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor One was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, One often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of One's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Yeah, stuff like this. Stuff like this is why I really like Cloud Retainer. Like, she doesn't always act like gracefully. Like, she can act like, I guess, like somewhat spiteful, like right now, or like just to like be, like she could speak and be like very bitter about like what was probably just like for everyone else like a friendly rivalry.
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
Yep.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
I'm guessing Guizhong was like in these situations he's just like I guess like the mediator.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine.
Yep.
Why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever
wait, never mind.
me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat.
I mean, the second one is nice, but like the first one, it just sounds like she's mediating the situation while also stroking her ego.
She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, One never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to One as that illuminated bird or lady bird.
Hear that, Paimon?
Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creation?
Oh wait, what? Is that Guava that they're talking about?
We would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking.
I think that was Guava's original name, right?
Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
Must suck for like every Adepti that doesn't have a human form. Yep, I don't mind.
Then you are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor and laughter.
I really hope we get to see like an animated cutscene of this. Like these kind of events usually have like the most amazing pre-rendered cutscenes. I hope they have one that like just for like showing us, I guess, the past lantern rites. The
Each of these
Adepti.
old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetwood Rambler is, I think, the Adeptus name for Madame Payne, right?
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping.
Yeah.
You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story?
They're probably getting to that.
Are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already...
Oh, yikes.
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone.
Ooh.
And evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning.
Paimon, this is your fault.
No matter. One will share the whole story with you now.
Alright. Oh, wait. Oh, are we getting it?
In times gone
Yes!
by,
Okay.
one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's obscuro vulpus mechanism was superior.
Oh, she looks cute. Wait.
Though one was too proud to acknowledge it.
Wait.
In one's heart,
I retain her
one
as a
knew that
human
Guizhong
form?
was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As
When do we
for
get
the
to see
story
that?
between Guizhong and Streetwood Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion,
Guizhong's
while
design is
mechanisms were
amazing.
no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetwood Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul.
So that is Madame Payne when she's
that could
younger.
never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last.
Oh,
War
no.
broke out between the gods,
Yep, the
and
Archon
soon
War.
engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No.
It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private.
Like I said, those kind of cutscenes are always
Never
amazing in
socializing.
Genshin.
One's
And I
dealings with
still
Guizhou
believe we need to
were
have,
born out of discussions
like,
on the discipline of mechanics.
those designs are wasted. Like, I want to have every single one of them be playable at some point. Including Zhongli, like, that would, especially like, the version of him with the white hood, that would be an awesome alternate skin to have. Anyways.
What? You have lots of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted.
So can we see your human form again, Cloud Retainer, please?
But in the end,
It looked awesome.
one is nothing like Streetwood Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhang was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhang's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhong Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhang composed on it.
Also, I really hope that the dialogue ends soon and we can end the stream, because we have 9 minutes left until the study room and the library is closed, so I gotta get going.
The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhang's passing,
Yep, 4-hour
Streetwood
stream.
Rambler's mourning,
I'm supposed to have the study room reserved for only 3 hours.
Discord would eventually become
I am in
one
big trouble.
harmonious composition. Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhang passed, she preferred her own company.
8 minutes left.
Often be found sitting alone
And also not
at the
studying in the
mountain
study room.
contemplating
It says studying. We're studying Genshin.
The music goes from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds.
Yeah, new job, game
I
historian.
never heard her play that tune once.
I mean, you might need a game historian, like, maybe Hoyoverse will, like, go to me to ask, like, is this script good? Like, does it keep up with our lore?
And was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
Yeah, they could probably They can probably pay people to like
If she was
keep
so
just to
happy
keep
with
track of their
Lily,
lore.
why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer,
They have
when the one
Loris.
attuned to
Really?
my soul is no
Probably.
longer here,
Maybe.
who else could hope to understand this
Like
tune?"
lore historians.
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time.
Okay, yeah.
The
6
manuscript
minutes left to
still lie
go.
unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause
I might have
for
to start skipping through
contemplation
dialogue if I want to leave on time.
Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories too would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler.
Oh!
Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Maybe. You have a specific limit for these dialogues.
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too
I
distressing?
mean, it's a very long limit.
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
Okay.
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I too am well
Like 10
acquainted
minutes.
with
The
the
game
pain of the
isn't meant to
passing
be
of
a
loved one.
movie. I mean, sometimes it
This
kind of feels
doesn't
like
bring
one.
the city or its people to a standstill.
I'm
They
just
have
glad
to
this
keep
isn't
moving
like
forward.
Digimon Cyber Sleuth where you have to read out everything because it's in a different language.
Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have
Alright.
no loss can ever be undone. But there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people.
Okay,
and
going
though
down
it
this.
is heartbreaking
Oh, okay.
to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on. Because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Okay.
We even asked Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music festival when we get back.
You youngsters.
Alright, yeah, I
Why
got
don't you
to
come with
skip
us?
some
It's been a
dialogue.
long time.
Is
We
not
got 4
everyone-
minutes left to go.
Very well, then one will be off.
Yeah.
If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
Yep,
All
sorry.
We should be getting back to the harbor.
Yep, oh no,
Allow
yeah.
one to take back one's
Oh, what?
praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer?
I kind of wish we heard what
still
she said. Dang it.
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Alright. Alright, now we. Okay, finally. Alright, there we go. So, now it's time to leave and just end things here finally. And we gotta hurry to find someone to raid. Because I don't want to get in trouble. Alright, but seriously, thank you to everyone to stop by during the stream today. I hope you all had a good time here, and thank you for stopping by. And until next time over on Thursday, when we hopefully continue the Lantern Rite Festival. Let's see who we got to raid today. Who do we have to raid today?
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than,
Ooh.
well, standing here.
Sickly Snake. Okay. Right now they're playing Apex Legends. I don't know. Yep, someone came in and said, yeah, yeah, I gotta get going, but, alright, let me just put the raid command in chat real quick, and, alright, there we go. Okay, let's see, Quadra says collaborator to be like, how dare you skip me, Dino, sorry. Yeah, funny way to end this. I guess. Yeah, have a good night, take care, Dino, you too, Quadra. Alright,
This
Bunny hopes
place
to
is
drop
pretty
by,
dead.
Dino
Why
drops
would
by
you
on Bunny's
lean?
stream
There's
sometime
nothing
later.
to kill.
Hopefully, I will, we'll see. Whatever Bunny streams. Alright. But yeah, let's get moving. So, but first, thank you to everyone who stopped by. I hope you all had a good time. You had a good time here. And hope to see you in some of my other streams right this week. But until then, have a good rest of your day. Take care. And bye-bye for